Hey everyone, Tenger here. This week's video will look at February 27th to March 4th, and we'll see what I did. Starting off, this week's weekly quest was the Arena Skirmish event. I've never really done arenas, and I wouldn't even know where to start to do them. They almost feel like there's something that's out of reach. So needless to say, I didn't mess with this at all. And being it was the first of the month, we got the new trading post this week. There were a lot of neat little items on there. I really like the shoulder capes that they're putting up. But again, this month they went with a lot of pastel colors, and I understand because it's springtime, you use a lot of pastels. But they're colors I'm really not that fond of, so I only bought one item this month, and that was the mount, the Majestic Azure Peafowl. It's kind of a neat looking take on a peacock, and I like that they went with darker colors on it instead of a lot of pastels. I also continued to work on getting veteran gear for my alt characters. For this I head over to the Emerald Dream and I do the 3 repeatable weekly quests over there. I started off with 17 characters to finish up this week, and even though it wasn't one of my better weeks over there, I still did manage to finish up an Alliance Warrior and an Alliance Shaman. So that leaves me with 15 more to go. And finally, the last thing I did this week was work on my weekly farms, so let's take a look and see how I did. First up this week I went after the Scythe of the Unmaker. This drops over in Antorus, the Burning Throne, and I have to do it on Mythic because I'm after the red version. This place is pretty quick. I have the skip in here, so I only have to do 3 bosses. Once I take down Argus the Unmaker, I get attempt number 99 on the Scythe, but again this week I didn't see it drop, so I'll be back here next week. Next up I went after the head of Mimiron, and for this I have to go up to Aldwar. But on my way up there I always look for the time lost Proto-Drake, and this is just another week I didn't see him. Once I get up into Aldwar, I work my way back to Yogg-Saron, and I take him down, and I get my attempt on the head of Mimiron. But I didn't see him drop this week, so I'll have to come back next week and hopefully see him then. The next mount I went after was G.M.O.D. This drops in Battle for Desirelore, and I'm just doing it on Looking for Raid. If you do it on Looking for Raid, it drops off Jaina Proudmoore. But this week, taking Jaina down gave me attempt number 29 on this mount. I didn't see it drop again, so I'll be back here next week. Next up, I went after the Glacial TideStorm, and this drops in Battle for Desirelore also, but it only drops on the mythic version of Jaina. So this I have to find a group in Group Finder. Once I do, we usually make pretty quick work of her, and this week it gave me attempt number 27 on this mount. But again, I didn't see it drop, so I'll be back here next week. The last mount I farmed this week was the Hellfire Infernal, but I started doing this as a multi-character farm last week, and if you're not sure what that means, it's where I take 13 characters every week to the same raid or dungeon until I see the item or mount drop that I'm looking for. So let's take a look and see how I did this week.
Prepared! Feel the power you yet claim this titan. You are not prepared!
I can't reach another hit.
Is it even possible?
Well, only after 2 weeks of multi-character farming this mount, it managed to drop. And it dropped pretty quick the second week, only my second character in here. I'm pretty darn happy to see this one drop, but I'm getting pretty darn low on mounts that drop from raids or dungeons. I believe I'm under 10 now. And most of them are from Battle for Desirelore, Shadowlands, or Dragonflight. So it seems no matter which one I choose to do, I will have to use Group Finder to knock them out. And just in case you're wondering, this week's Transmog is the Unchained Gladiator's plate. This is a PvP armor that became available during Shadowlands. It's actually a pretty nice looking plate set, and it's really easy to get. To get these, you're going to head over to Oribos. On your way into the city, the first corridor you see, take a right. On the right hand side, as soon as you enter that room, you'll see the PvP vendors. One of the vendors will sell the Unchained Aspirant's plate armor, and the other one will sell the Unchained Gladiator's plate armor. Both of these will cost 12 Marks of Honor, and there's multiple different ways you can earn Marks of Honor. I normally just do World PvP, and I get these pretty quickly. Once you have 12 Marks of Honor, you can just purchase this, and it's that easy to get these. But hey, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. You can click on subscribe. Thanks for coming by and watching it. I'm going to send a hi out to my best friend, and you all take care.